Hi, I'm Debbie. Welcome to Pilates this evening. So just get yourself comfortable seated. So legs wherever you feel they want to be. So if you prefer, we're going to sit on a couple of cushions, whether you're on the bed or a mat. If you don't want to cross your legs, just bring them to a position that works for you. So just take your time. Get yourselves comfortable, and you can move around as and when you need. So we're lengthening nice and long. We're thinking about our posture. Just imagine a piece of string drawing all the way up to the crown of our head, and just relaxing our shoulders down. Taking a moment just to close your eyes, and taking a breath in through your nose, and a breath out through your mouth if you can. If you prefer, you can breathe in out through your nose. But if you can, breathe out through your mouth, through pursed lips. So breathing in. As you breathe out, so you want to imagine you're blowing candles off a cake. Just taking your out breath through pursed lips. And as you're breathing, if you need to, just take time to readjust yourself if you feel uncomfortable at any point. And keep lengthening along. We just want to make sure we're not sunk into our lower back, which is why we're on a cushion. So we just want to tuck ever so slightly under, so we're lifting nice and tall. So what happens sometimes, when you're on the floor, we can just sometimes sink down, so then we put more pressure into our lower back. So sitting on a cushion, just on the edge of one, can actually, or block, can help you lift up nice and tall so you get that beautiful length all the way to the spine. So today, we're going to do a little bit of release work. So we're doing a biomechanical release with some strengthening work through our pec minor, and then some strengthening work through our shoulders. So when you're ready, open your eyes. Again, just sitting nice and tall. You're going to take your hand on your shoulder, and you're going to press your shoulder gently in towards your palm. So we don't want to force it forward. We just want to take 20% of effort. So if you imagine you're doing 100%, cut that in half again, and you're doing 20% of the shoulder coming in towards your palm. Just think about your posture and keep your breath flowing. And then we change sides. So hand on the shoulder, and all the fingertips on the shoulder, and just press gently your shoulder in towards your palm. If I show you from the side, my shoulder only comes forward ever so slightly. I'm not forcing it forward, it's just a gentle press. So then we're releasing into our pec minor. And then take your time to change sides. So again, hand on shoulder, press it in ever so gently. We're not forcing it. It's just a very gentle movement. Because sometimes when we do something gently, it can let go and release. Sometimes when we force something, it goes into more spasm and doesn't want to let go. So sometimes less is an awful lot more. Release and change sides again. Press the shoulder into the arm. Now, as you do more of these, you tend to want to press a little harder. So keep that to 20% only. It's okay if you don't feel anything. In fact, that's a good thing. It doesn't mean that nothing's going on. And then change sides again. Just keep breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. Just taking your time. Right, last one. So shoulder presses in towards your arm, 20% of that. and then release. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of strengthening work for our upper back and shoulders. So just stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see me a little bit better. So you can have your legs here. If you prefer, you can have them in front, entirely up to you. Just make sure we're keeping a little bit of stability in our center, wherever you are. So your arms are out in front, your elbows are soft, your shoulders are down. All you're going to do is gently draw the shoulder blades together and then release. So what you'll want to do probably is bend the elbows. We want the elbows to stay long, but not locked. So you're just trying to glide the shoulder blades together. To think about a gentle movement together, not a forced one. Some of you, this will come naturally to you. Some of this will be really irritating because it's something that we all should be able to do, but we get out of the habit of it. So if you can, we breathe out as we draw the shoulder blades together, breathe in to open. I'll show you from the back as well, just so you can see. It's a very simple movement. It feels like you're not doing very much at all, and that's okay. But what you're doing is strengthening the upper back. Just really smooth both the body into our pec movement. So we're breathing out as we glide the shoulder blades together, breathing into this. One more time. And then just let the arms come down. Reset position if you want to. Legs for elevate, feel good. Right, lifting nice and tall through the spine, relax your neck and shoulders. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of extra work for the upper back. So palms together. You're in prayer pose. Relax the shoulders, press the palms together. Keep focusing up through the center, finding length of the spine. And you're just going to slowly keep pressing the palms gently together and rise towards the forehead and then drawing it back down again. So we breathe out, gentle press as we rise up towards the forehead and then slowly lower. So you may feel a little activation into your rotator cuff just through the shoulder blades slightly. Just make sure we relax the shoulders. They're not wanting to come up by our ears, although our arms are lifting. So breathing out to lift up and breathing in to lower. You've got one more. So we're rising nice and slowly and then coming down. And then release. Right, let's just do a little bit of release to the side of the body. So we're going to take the right arm up, just reaching to ceiling to begin with, and then bring it down and change sides. So we're breathing out to reach, breathing into lower. Now you may want to stay there. If you want to this time, just take a very small side bend over, lifting the middle hip, keeping the bottom cheeks on the floor, change sides. So breathing out to reach up and ease over. Breathing in to come down. Lovely. Shoulders relax away from ears. We've got one more each side. So remember, we're not coming too far. Just gliding over, maybe a little bit further down. But making sure the bottom cheek stays on the floor. And there's no looking after the elbow. Okay. Right, we're going to take our time and bring ourselves down onto our backs. Lying on our back. So, just take as long as you need to bring yourself down to the floor. Now, if you feel that your eye gate looks more behind you than in front of you, just put a cushion underneath your head. So we're tucking the chin in and encouraging length through your neck. Okay, taking a moment to notice the shoulders as they sink down into your mat. And just bring your feet hip distance apart when you're ready. Okay, we're just going to find our neutral spine. So we want to balance from side to side into your sacrum. The sacrum is just that little bit at the base of your spine before your tailbone. We want to find balance from side to side there. Okay. And then naturally you'll find a little bit of connection in towards your ribs and hips. So let the arms recover for the moment and we'll do some heel slides. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we slide the heel along the floor, opening up through the hip, keeping the connection with the center, and then we draw it back. Nice and slowly. We change sides. Breathing out to lengthen, and breathing in to come back. So my mat wants to come with me as I draw it back in, so I should really shuffle back a little bit higher up the mat, but it's fine. You want to keep the heel on the floor if you can, on the bed or on the mat, so sliding without lifting. Now, as you slide away, see if you can find balance to both sides on the sacrum. And make sure we're not putting too much weight into the supporting leg. If it helps, what you can do is place your fingertips underneath your lower back. There should be a natural arch there anyway. And you should be able to get a little bit of your lower back on the fingertips. Find your rib to hip connection. And then as you slide the leg away, you should feel no extra pressure on your fingertips as you lengthen and as you draw back in again. You may find one side works a little bit better than the other. So breathing out and breathing in. So how does it feel from side to side? So maybe we need more concentration on one side because it's wanting to press down a little bit more, or it's wanting to lift up a little bit more. And we should actually have the same weight in our fingertips each time. If you want to, at any point, you can take your hands away. So we breathe out to lengthen, and breathe in to draw. Right, one more time each side. And then bring the feet back to hip distance apart. So stabilizing back into our sacrum and that little bit to hip connections. We're going to do a little bit more work through the rotated part. So you're going to take the elbows just underneath the line of shoulders, fingertips to ceiling. So we want to make sure we don't force the movement. So you should hopefully feel the shoulder blades on the floor, chin tucked in. We're going to take the back of the arms towards the floor. And then bring your fingertips up to ceiling. And then bring the palms down towards your mat. Again, they don't have to come all the way down. So we rise. Let's add our breath. Shoulders back and down. We breathe out. Arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Fingertips ceiling. Breathe out. Palms down towards the floor. Now just see if you can control the movement. If you want to, you're more than welcome to add a small can of baked beans in both hands, on one hand, each hand. So breathing out. The great thing about being on the floor is that we're not forcing the movement too far. We've got control of it. Whereas sometimes when we're seated or standing, we want to go that a little bit further. Right, last time all the way through. So breathe out, back the hands to floor. Bring yourself back to center. Breathe out, palms to floor. And then bring yourself to center. And then relax the arms by the side. Okay. So we are going to do knee drops. We did them last week and then we'll do pelvic floor and then we'll add both together if you want to. But we'll do knee drops first. So you can bring your knees and feet together or you can have them a bit distance apart, it doesn't matter. So working on stabilizing through the glute med. So again, we want to find balance side to side. With the sacrum, you can take a little walk if you need to. Keep a little connection. So we breathe in, prepare. As we breathe out, knee drops down. It doesn't matter how far. The key thing is you want to make sure the opposite knee and hip don't move at all. If they want to grip with you, then you're going too far, and then we bring the leg back again. So we breathe out and take the other leg this time down to the floor. You can have your hands on your hips. Imagine you've got a cup of tea on top of your knee. You don't want to lose that. You want to keep that absolutely still. And slowly, slowly rise. So with this one, it's about building up the strength over time. So even if you come partway down, it doesn't matter. The key thing is the knee and hips stay absolutely still, and then we bring it up. It means you're stabilizing your pelvis muscles, which that will improve over time. Everything always takes time. And slow rise. So as well as keeping it opposite knee and hip still, we want to stay balanced into our sacrum as we lower out. We want to not put too much weight in our supporting leg. So an awful lot to think about all at once. Everyone's trying to breathe. Once you become used to the movement, it becomes more and more natural the more you do it. Breathing out, slowly lower. And breathing in to rise. So we're just going to hold that there once you're back to center. If your feet are together, just bring them hip distance apart just to give yourself a little bit more balance. So we're going to bring some attention into our pelvic floor. So we've been practicing the last few weeks. If you've missed it, I'll recap all of it and then you can join in the bit that feels best for you. So relaxing the shoulders again. If you have your hands on your abdominals, you may be able to feel a little flutter. So we're going to start drawing the pubic bone, so the coccyx bone to our pubic bone, and then releasing. So drawing the coccyx bone to your pubic bone, and then letting go. Now, as you do this, just be aware that you're feeling it as an internal activation, and you're not using your legs, your bottom, your hamstrings, your hip flexors, or your abdominals to activate the movement. We want it to be a deep pelvic floor activation. If you can, we breathe out to draw together and breathe in to release. So breathe out. Now you can stay with that one if you want to. If you're not ready to add the breath, don't worry. If you want to, you can start imagining the 4 points of a diamond. So this time the coccyx bone draws to your pubic bone and your sitting bones draw together. So we've got those 4 points drawing together and then releasing. And then if you want to, breathe out to draw together, breathe in to release. And you may just want to stay with slow ones, or you can do a mixture of faster ones. Again, just make sure the bottom cheeks and the legs aren't taken over. We are working deep into our pelvic floor. Or you just may want to stay with slow ones. Now you can stay with either of those if you want to, or we're going to add the knee drops as well. So entirely up to you. I keep your feet hip distance apart, which is so much more balance in your sacrum and keeps you balanced so you can focus hopefully a little bit more on the pelvic floor as well as the knee drop. So we activate through the pelvic floor, so drawing your 4 points together. Take the knee out to the side. So you may not be able to go very far. The opposite knee stays very still. You can relax the pelvic floor as we rise or at the top, entirely up to you. So my front knee stays still this time. I activate my pelvic floor, and then I slowly take the other knee out to the side. Hips stay stable. This hip doesn't want to move. And my knee stays still, and then I slowly rise. Now, you may just want to stay with this is fine. If you want to, you can add your breath. So activate through the pelvic floor, breathing out as the knee comes down, relaxing the shoulders through your neck, breathing in, relax the pelvic floor before you come up on the way or at the top, entirely up to you. So we activate the pelvic floor,
Breathing out as the knee comes out wide. Going as far as you keep both hip bones facing the ceiling. Breathing in to draw back up again, relaxing the pelvic floor whenever works for you. So just take the time. If you need to take longer to activate the pelvic floor, then do. If you want to, you can just stay with the knee drop without the pelvic floor. So you choose where you want to be. Relaxing the pelvic floor at the bottom as we come up or at the top. We've got one more. And then hold it there. Right, let's do a little bit of release to the lower back. So feet stay hip distance apart, hands on your ribcage, elbows on the floor, tucking your chin in. And we're just going to let the knees drop slightly to one side. Just make sure the bottom cheek or the hip of the pelvis bone doesn't lift up. Come back to center and then to the other. So I'm keeping it small to begin with. And when you're ready, we're going to breathe out as we go up. And we breathe into rise. So you can start making a little bit bigger, but just make sure you're controlling the movement throughout, not coming too far. And just make sure the rib cage is coming up and staying to ceiling. So what we don't want to do is come all the way over, but the rib cage will come with us and then that whole hip will come with us. We're trying to release into the lower back so it's nice and slowly. As you can see, I've lifted slightly, but my bottom cheek is still down on the floor. It's really important that you only go as far as it feels good for you. You've got one more. And then bring yourself back to center. We're going to take one knee in towards the chest and then the other. I'm just going to give them a little hug in towards the chest and then release. So just a little hug in towards the chest and then release. Just make sure the you're not lifting too high. So we're just releasing through that lower part of the spine as the knees hug into chest. And we're keeping the chin tucked in. Breathing out as we hug in. And breathing into this. One more. From here, we're going to bring one leg down and then the other. Okay, we're going to come into relaxation now. So get to a position that feels good for you. So you may want to stay here, knees resting on each other. You may want to let the legs come long, whatever feels good for you. So just take your time to get comfortable. And then we're going to refocus on our breathing as we let our body completely relax. So breathing in through your nose. And then breathe out either through your nose or your mouth, whichever one you prefer. Maybe take your time to close your eyes. Just let your body become heavy wherever you are. So let your shoulder blades sink down. Notice your pelvis as it sinks down. And we're just going to take time as we breathe, focus on different parts of our body and see if we can perhaps relax them a little bit more. Let's start with our feet. So as you breathe in, breathe out, and just take time to relax into each of your toes.
Next time as you exhale, if your legs are long, just let your feet fall out wide to the side. Or if your knees are bent, just notice your feet connecting with one another. With your next breath, bring awareness to your shin, your calf. Notice you can relax and find a deep sense of letting go. Bring awareness behind your knee. And then to the front and back of your thighs. Notice your hips. Maybe take one breath to release one side. And one breath to the other. Bring awareness along your spine. Notice where it's touching and where it's lifting off the floor. Perfectly natural. Allow relaxation through the shoulders and space for your chest. Arms relaxing all the way through the shoulders down to your elbows, into your wrists and through your fingers. When you're ready, bring awareness into your head. Taking the time to notice your body. You relax your eyelids a little bit more. Coming around your cheekbone, your jawline, and around your to absolutely stay there. If you want to, you can use the movement of fingers to toes. And if it feels good, you can lengthen your arms above your head and maybe your legs lower. And then ever so slowly, bend your knees. Roll up into your side. Maybe staying there or bringing yourselves back up to seated and tie up to you. Wherever you are, I'm just going to finish with one breath. Keeping your eyes closed, arms relaxed down. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Right, which is done for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, please let me know. And hopefully I'll see you again soon.